Hoop het werk.
Was jy verbaas om die ander so ver agter die te sien aan die einde?
Ja, ek het nie gedink ek gaan so ver in 'n ry trek nie, maar ek's verbaas, ja.
Paulo, you're leading the championship in the super truck category, but you had a bit of a hard time last time. Cassie this time in the Toyota. You think it's a big opposition for you?
Definitely, I never underestimate my opposition. He's got a fantastic truck. Rod Millen last race showed what the truck can do, and I think he'll do an equally good job. I think our work is cut out for us today, and I hope it will be a great spectacle for everybody.
The Land Rover Defender, that's a very tricky one. Well driven there by Cliffy. Behind, we've got number 4 is Craig Draper. You'll see him in a moment. He's another one of the creepy crawly Fords. And then we have got number 3, which is
Linton Draper.
Linton Draper in that big Isuzu. We're in action. Cassie could see he's thereabouts as well. He's driving the one driven by Millen here at the last meeting. He took everybody apart. Piazza Musa's going for it. Craig Draper's trying to handle the Land Rover. Cliffy Barker is a hard man to get past, and they are going down the bottom of the circuit absolutely flat out. There's a Toyota trying to come through. He's got Linton Draper. It's a huge big stump puller. That Isuzu just ahead of him. Cassie could see he's taken over the Millen one as they go around the bottom and start heading up there. And this is where they get the power on. Big, powerful, long travel suspension vehicles, these made for one thing, stadium racing, and here they are at home. As he comes, it's Paolo Piazza Musa, the creepy crawly Ford. He's got a wonderful lead. Cliffy Barker's now got Craig Draper on his tail. Then it's his father, Linton Draper, just behind, sounding big and powerful. And Cassie there on the Toyota trying to go around the outside. It's a long downhill sweep. He's got it. He's got the suspension to do it. No, he's been pushed to the outside. It's just stones and dust. And here he comes. Cassie hasn't been able to make it yet. There's Linton Draper, Suzu. The Toyota is Cassie could see. Starting to head down. It's a real close race in the front. Cliffy Barker is staying in that second position. He's got Craig Draper on his tail and his father Linton just behind him. And Cassie's thereabouts as well, getting away. That's Paolo Piazza Musso in the Volkswagen Rally down the Eastern Cape. He had to retire, unfortunately, on the Friday night. He came up here yesterday to be ready for this race, and he is flying. He's leading this championship at the moment by 4 points. That's all it is ahead of Cliffy Barker, who's now been passed. And he's got Craig Draper now. Has got into second position ahead of Cliffy Barker. Here they come. There's Craig. There's Draper. There's Linton Draper. And Cassie hasn't been able to get through yet, Hendrik.
Well, Roger is really trying his best to get past Linton Draper in that. He says, whoa, and they bump into each other. Cassie can see it going sideways. He's really trying as hard as he possibly can, but there's just no way that he seems to be able to get by Linton Draper, and Draper is not going to give it to him on the plate at all. And while all this has been going on, Paolo Piazza Musa has just been opening up that lead and pulling away. He's got almost the full length of the main uphill straight between him and his teammate. That's him, that's Craig Draper. That's in second position. Third, Cliffy Barker. Then it's this battle between Linton Draper and Cassie Kutsia. And Cassie is getting highly agitated behind that wheel. I can bet you they're going on the outside. Has he got him? If he can stay next to him, he's going to have the line on the inside for the right-hander just coming through. And he's got a break. No, he's trying to go through on the inside. No, he just doesn't seem to have the acceleration to come out of that corner. He tried to outbrake Linton Draper there, just wasn't able to do that. And this is an absolute intriguing battle.
Absolutely, that stump puller been driven by Draper's got past Barker. Barker slowed down the outside. The two creepy crawly Fords with Paolo Piazza Musa and Craig Draper have gone away from the others. But this is the battle now. It's Linton Draper, the father. And Cassie's got past. He wants to get past desperately. He's got to make other plans now. Cliffy Barker's gone back into fifth spot. Here they come, Craig, and he's got through the inside. He's got him. Linton Draper went wide there, and Cassie, look at him, sideways all the way down there. What driving, spectacular stuff. We saw it in rallying, we're seeing it at racing. He's got through to third.
Roger, I think Linton Draper might have a problem. He went very wide here, and all of a sudden he went slow as well. Cassie could see it came shooting past, and look at this now. It's Linton Draper and Cliffy Barker at the back. And now Cassie's got his work cut out. Seems like the Pennzoil Land Rover of Cliff Barker might have lost some drive. Meanwhile, that's the man in second position. That's Craig Draper, and there's Cassie Coetzee. Now he's opening up that gap. Look at this. Now you can see by just how much he's been held up previously in the race. That's the battle in the production vehicle category. It's Frank de Greef and Henry Kissane battling it out there in the production vehicle category. While at the front of the field, Paulo Piazza Musa is still pulling away from the rest of the field. Cassie Coetzee going through. He's now in third position. There's Linton Draper in fourth. Just behind him is Cliffy Barker. And within a short while, these front runners are going to start to go through and encounter the back markers. While we're watching Cassie Coetzee, there we go. It's one of the, I think it's Doda Boer's production vehicle. Isuzu just pulling off there.
Have a look here. Have a look here, Hendrik. There's Cassie coming now. He's got Craig Draper in his side. And the suspension, that Toyota's absolutely unbelievable.
It's Frank de Greef and Henry Kissane. And he's got him. He's got him. A huge cheer going up in the crowd. And he's going past Frank de Greef there, number one. No, I lie, that's not Frank de Greef. While at the meantime, Paulo Piazza Musa is still pulling away. Now Cassie's got these back markers to get through. As Frank de Greef and Henry Kissane battling it out for the lead in the production vehicle category. They're touching each other. If anything goes wrong there, then they're going to have a big problem. Now Coetzee has another problem, and that is Craig Draper coming up to him again. They're being held up here. They're being held up here by the battle in the production vehicle category, and Cassie Coetzee goes past. Well, Total Super Series always delivers, and today was no exception. Hope you enjoyed all of that. Don't forget, 2 weeks from now, we'll show you highlights from the second and the third heats. Until then, goodbye.